Hello, procrastinators! This week, Rockstar announced GTA The Trilogy, the definitive edition, with this statement. In addition to carving a new path for the open-world genre, Grand Theft Auto 3 established Grand Theft Auto as a cultural phenomenon, alongside its two subsequent and equally legendary entries in the series, Grand Theft Auto Vice City and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Wow, that's some nice respect there, and they're right, of course. These games are true legends and deserve our utmost respect from now until the end of time. We will be removing existing versions of these classic titles from digital retailers next week. Oh. Honestly, Rockstar can get in the fucking bin. Not content with bullying every GTA 3, Vice City or San Andreas mod that improved the graphics off the internet, spitting in the faces of folks who've kept these games playable and loved for years, they're now deleting their own shit, with GTA 3, Vice City and San Andreas getting taken off of all digital storefronts next week forever. Starting next week, no PC, console or mobile phone will be able to buy the classic games. Instead, you will have to buy the unreleased, the Trilogy, the Definitive Edition. Oh, sure, if you already own the games on Steam or whatever, you'll get to keep them. Probably. I mean, games have been pulled before. We all remember the fun of watching Konami fuck about with PT. And honestly, if a single record label puts any pressure on Rockstar in the future, those games will vanish in the blink of a particularly speedy eye. I'll be really surprised if the soundtracks have made it through onto these new versions. I mean, it's not like Rockstar doesn't have the money to pay for them. I mean, they made almost $1 billion from GTA alone in the past year, which, to put it into context, is the exact same amount as the earnings from all top 100 Twitch streamers put together. Thank you for that leaked data from this week. Now, think of that. All those millions of views across hundreds of thousands of hours of content versus the microtransactions from a game from 2013. Oh, sorry. Did I say that those two numbers were equal? My bad. That's wrong. The top 100 Twitch streamers put together only earned 9% of what GTA made in 2020. So, quick questions. What happens if this remake is shit? They say there will be modern gameplay enhancements, but what if they make the game awful? What if it's a Silent Hill HD or a Final Fantasy VI where the game is just an empty husk, a hollow shell of what it once was? What if instead of standing on the top of the highest building in Los Santos and seeing the warm haze all around you, you could just see all the way to a blocky, crap-looking Las Venturas? What if the thick dust of the desert has been swept away? What if you've made the Demolition Man mission easier? It's not gonna be the same game anymore, you George Lucasing fucks! Seriously, where's the groundbreaking Rockstar that made these games? The ones who revolutionized gaming? All they've done since 2013 is revolutionize monetization and make a game that could only be more self-indulgent if it slowly ate 2 entire Viennettas in the bath. Who the fuck even are Rockstar anymore? If they were an actual Rockstar, they'd be the frontman of an old 70s group that's just reformed for a reunion show, despite the fact that the lead guitarist, drummer, and pretty much every other member are really quite dead. The fuck the man attitude doesn't really work when, you know, you are the man. In short, there isn't a barge pole long enough for me to touch these remasters with. In fact, give me a fulcrum on which to place a barge pole long enough and I shall move the fucking world. Anyway, let's flash back to 2019, a simpler time, when a lady went on stage and said this about Square Enix's Marvel's is the Avengers is.
So our promise to the community is that we won't have random loot boxes or pay-to-win scenarios.
So the Watcher wasn't the only one to break his oath this week. Yes, Square Enix's Marvel's is the Avengers have added paid EXP boosters a few months after directly and deliberately announcing that they're making the game more grindy. Who would have guessed? What was that? Literally everyone with an IQ higher than that of a yogurt. Correct! Now, instead of playing Square Enix's Marvel's is the Avengers, you can pay money to play it faster? Maybe even pay not at all. That's a wildly brilliant plan. That actually makes sense, given how fucking trash the game is. Oh, and Spider-Man update. He's not in the game yet. Hilarious. Oh, sorry, I haven't said. In today's video, hilarious doesn't actually mean hilarious, it just means sad and really quite pathetic. Actually, on that note, did anyone watch Dave Chappelle's new special this past week? Hilarious. Oh! Slightly different topic, but we're all excited for Pokemon Legends Arceus, right? What with it being the first open world Pokemon game ever? Well, no, it's not. The world is broken up into bits, like Monster Hunter, and you go on missions, like Monster Hunter, and you come back and regroup. Sort yourself out. Like Monster Hunter. No idea what's inspired this, but a question does come to mind. How is it looking so graphically awful if it's not even a fucking open world? Ah, right. Better news. Better news. Better news. I wanted this to be an optimistic thing, which, you know, that was a high bar to cross being that I work in the gaming industry, but we had a few new games out this week. Far Cry 6 is more Far Cry. Something, insanity, something. FIFA 22 and eFootball launched to interesting reviews. FIFA 22 for Switch got a 2 out of 10 on IGN, and eFootball, the new name for Pro Evolution Soccer, is now the lowest rated game on Steam of all time. That is genuinely true. At least Metroid Dread is fantastic, but I haven't played it yet because I've spent the last hour writing this shite. So, that's all from me. Next week I'm going to remaster this video. I'll just upload the same one, but I'll have the punchline edited out of all the jokes. Actually, come to think of it, maybe that was this version. Who the fuck even are Rockstar anymore? If they were an actual rock star, they'd be the frontman for an old 70s rock group that have... Did you just fucking throw a ball at me? Lilith literally just threw... A ball was thrown at me then. Mid-take. Mid-take you threw this at me. Did you see the rage I had at Rockstar? Don't look away. Go and apologise, Lilith. You're forgiven. Right. Keeping that ball though. Do that take again. How is it looking so graphically awful if it's not even a fucking open world? Lilith has now thrown a sheep at me. Update, I've had a sheep thrown at me. She's getting good at giving a flick and really getting some height on these fucking things. Yeah, I see the sheep. Oh yeah, get your ears back. You're looking sad. You better be. I'm not done yet. Let me finish. Yeah, you walk away. You walk away.